Hi, my name is Allison Villio, and today we'll be talking about ocean sustainability, and in particular, whaling. We'll be talking about major threats to ocean stability, the importance of maintaining a healthy ocean, problem solving, marine protected areas and biodiversity, and the role of individuals and community. So, what is whaling? Whaling is the hunting of whales. During the 1830s, whaling was getting really popularized and was high in demand. The whales were used for oil, meat, and baleen, which was used to make many different things during that era. 26,550 to 37,000 North Pacific right whales were killed during the time from 1839 to 1909. And from 1900 to 1999, almost 3 million were killed. Currently, one of the main causes of the deaths of whales is from fishing nets. They get stuck in these giant nets of plastic and they're unable to get out. And when they do, they overexert themselves and then they end up dying. The importance of maintaining healthy oceans. The oceans produce 50% of the Earth's oxygen. The ocean's plants and some of their animals can help remove carbon from the atmosphere. The oceans determine our weather by absorbing most of the sun's rays. The oceans absorb 98% of the rays and making our atmosphere livable, but at the same time, 90% of the Earth's warming is shown in our oceans. Over a billion people rely on the oceans for food, and over 200 million rely on fishing for their main sources of income. Keeping the whales alive will help keep the oceans healthy. Whales store carbon dioxide, so when they fall to the bottom of the ocean, they bring that carbon dioxide with them. And carbon dioxide should not be at the bottom of the ocean, and it will be stuck there for centuries. Whales also help the ocean by creating up to 50% of the ocean's oxygen. Whales also help the ocean circulate the nutrients by doing something called a whale pump, which can help the growth of ecosystems and phytoplankton, which absorb 40% of the carbon from the atmosphere. So, how do we save the whales? The ways we can stop whaling and save them is to make it more known. Majority of the world's population have no idea about the whaling industry and how impactful whales are to our environments. Marine traffic should also reduce their speeds. By doing this, many of the ocean's marine life and whales would benefit. Also, maintaining and keeping a farther distance away from the whales. NOAA says you should stay 500 yards away from the whales, but many people don't follow it still. Keeping it enforced, that rule, and making sure no boats, no fishing nets, nothing is around that whale so it can get caught or even killed by the boat is a safe idea. Fisheries should also implement whale-friendly fishing gear. This gear would be easier to bring in and out of the water, making it easier to move if a whale is in sighting or in path. Marine protected areas and biodiversity. Marine protected areas are known as MPAs, are an area where no humans are allowed. MPAs tend to be a refuge for many marine species. Because of the lack of overfishing and habitat destruction, biodiversity tends to thrive in these areas. MPA tends to be a large breeding grounds for many species, which helps grow their populations. MPA helps with biodiversity, which helps ecosystems adapt and be more resilient to change. Marine protected areas can also promote sustainable uses of ocean resources. Around 85% of the ocean's fish stock is exploited or overfished. With MPA, the fish can grow bigger and produce more offspring. Thriving marine protective areas can quadruple the fish population in the span of 10 years. With more fish in the oceans, there are more profits for the companies, which helps everyone in the end. The role of individual communities. Communities can make regulations and bans on single use plastics to help protect the oceans. In British Columbia, they have started implementing restrictions and regulations on single use plastics. Currently in effect is the restriction on food service accessories like plastic straws, forks, and knives. But in the future, they're planning on restricting even more plastic bags, PVC film wrap, and polystyrofoam trays. Individual actions people can do are limit their carbon emissions. They can do that by taking public transit or biking or walking to their destination. They can also bring homemade meals with them to reduce their waste, and also it cuts on cost. Another thing you could do is not fall into overconsumption. When you're at the store, buy what you need and buy good quality stuff that will last you a long time. The importance of individual and collective actions in promoting ocean stability is that if more people know about how important the oceans are to our planet, that would mean more people are willing to help. Every little thing helps. The ocean, it feeds us, it employs us, it even allows us to breathe. We can't keep destroying our gorgeous oceans and hurting the amazing, interesting creatures that call it their homes. Thank you for watching this video. All the sources and links are in the description.